Hello everybody, it's Star Raptor here, and usually my videos are revolving about something I'm looking forward to, something I'm reviewing, something that I'm happy about, but in this case it might be one of my first videos where I'm just going to go off about something because EA Games, Electronic Arts, has just come out with a press release saying that they shut down the Visceral Games studios responsible for the next Star Wars game coming out after Battlefront 2. So the official press release states, quote, "Throughout the development process, we have been testing the game concept with players, listening to the feedback about what and how they want to play, and closely tracking fundamental shifts in the marketplace. It has become clear that to deliver an experience that players will want to come back to and enjoy for a long time to come, we needed to pivot the design." This is just basically, if you want to just summarize what they're basically saying is, oh, this is not a multiplayer game. Oh, we're not going to make all this money off transactions, so let's just can the whole project and kind of restart it as a Destiny-esque game, because EA doesn't have one of those types of games right now that's a live service, and they're going to just do that so they can get more money for themselves. And I've been giving EA Games the benefit of the doubt. I'll be honest with you. I really enjoyed the original Battlefront, and people really didn't like it because you had to pay for this DLC. Yes, I knew about the DLC going into the game, so it didn't really bother me that much. Then again, I'm just in love with Star Wars, so I'll pay for whatever Star Wars I need to get. But when they fundamentally change the way the entire game is working just based on the ecosystem of the current games out now, it's a big problem in my eyes. And like taking like all these concepts that were awesome, because what really pisses me off is because take this as like a spoiler alert or rumor, because it's probably not even going to happen anymore, but this game was based off of this really cool concept of the survivors of Alderaan going around, and this one particular character that was working for Jabba the Hutt, he gets revenge on the Empire. It seemed like a really fantastic story. We've seen some awesome concept art, and just our first real narrative Star Wars game that was going to be focused on a single player story and nothing else, like going back to the roots of the good old days of Lucasfilms and LucasArts, I mean. So this just really angers me, because they're basically saying, like, look, we know what most players want. And I'm like, where are they getting this data from? Because if you look at the original Battlefront, people were pissed off about the original Battlefront because it didn't include a campaign. And then fast forward until like last year when Battlefront 2 was announced with having a campaign, people were over the moon. Everybody automatically was super excited that yes, we were finally getting a campaign. And most of the people I know are more interested in Battlefront 2 just to play the campaign. They don't even care about the multiplayer. So you come out with a statement like this, it's like, what have they been getting this data from? Because people have been loving the idea that Battlefront has had a campaign. I'm looking online right now on Facebook. People are not happy about this, and I myself is included, because especially I had this idea, and I might be getting my hopes up that, you know, we're not going to have another Star Wars game after Battlefront or movie taking place on holiday 2018 being a moved episode 9. I was like, oh, maybe we'll get a new Visceral game in 2018 holiday season to kind of replace the usual film release that's around there. And now I'm looking at this actual press release, and they originally wanted this game to apparently come out in 2019, and now they don't even have a window for that. So it's just like, what is going on with EA Games with Star Wars? I mean, it's pretty bad that they're taking this long to get these games out. And it looked like it was getting themselves finally on track. It looked like they're finally, you know, getting their stride now with these games almost every year, it looked like. Because don't forget, we do have that Respawn game, you know, that's also owned by EA Games. So what are they working on? Is that going to come out anytime soon, or are they going to push that project forward? But it is worth noting that they're going to take a lot of these assets and whatnot from this Visceral game, and they're going to have another studio work on it. They're not firing these people, they're just moving these people around to different studios. Sorry for the people that wanted another Dead Space, because you're probably not going to see another Dead Space. They were also in charge of one of the Battlefield Hardline games. That was a pretty fun game. So at least the optimistic thing to take from this is that nobody's getting fired. People will all have jobs. It's just they just go and they change this entire game around, which really ticks me off, because they did this already, or I don't know if it was EA that was in charge with this game, but 1313, if you guys remember, ended up becoming, it was supposed to be a Boba Fett game, and they had an entire cinematic trailer and everything for that game, and they just completely canned it and wiped it because of what happened with the Lucasfilm acquisition, which I can understand. But again, I just don't really get it, because everybody right now seems to want like a good single player Star Wars game that's going to be something like Uncharted. I mean, that's great. We've had a lot of great games like that in the past, and they've done a amount of success. And they're just looking at this and saying, we just want to get microtransactions like loot crates. We want to do this to get player money. Like, I mean, yeah. So that is probably going to do it for my rant. But I want to hear what you guys have to say about this particular news story, because as you see, I'm a bit heated up over it. Let's talk about it in that comment section below. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I have plenty of other gaming content, and I, of course, have tons of Star Wars content. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of that, and it helps support me. I'm Star Raptor. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at StarRaptor.